Cece Loves Science, written by Kimberly Derting and Shelli R. Johannes. Illustrations by Vashti Harrison. Cece loved to ask questions. Her mother said her first word was, "Why?" Her father said it was, "How?" But her favorite question was, "What if?" "You would make a great scientist, Cece," said her teacher, Ms. Curie, because science is all about asking questions. "Do fish ever get thirsty?" Cece wanted to know. "They do," said Ms. Curie. "Do hummingbirds really hum?" "The sound comes from their wings," said Ms. Curie. "What if we all jumped at the same time? Would the earth move?" "Good question," said Ms. Curie. "I think we should investigate." Ms. Curie told Cece and her friends about famous scientists from history, such as Caroline Herschel, Thomas Edison, George Washington Carver, and Jane Goodall. She also introduced them to many different sciences. Geology is the study of the earth. Biology is the study of living things. Entomology is the study of insects. One day, Ms. Curie told everyone to pair up. "For our next project, I'd like you to pick a science you are curious about and come up with a question to investigate," she said. Cece and her best friend Isaac were a team. They both loved zoology, which is the study of animals. Now they just need to think of an interesting question. First, they brainstormed a bunch of ideas. Science is all about possibilities. "Is a bear ticklish?" asked Cedric. "Do we really want to find out?" said Cece. "Do pigs know when they are smelly?" said Isaac. "Only a pig can answer that," Cece said. "Keep thinking," said Ms. Curie. "A scientist thinks outside the box and never, ever gives up." That night at dinner, Cece was explaining the project to her parents. And her dog Einstein jumped up and started eating the food right off her plate. "Einstein down," said Cece's mother. Cece giggled. Her plate was licked clean, except for the broccoli. "Look what Einstein did," she said. "I guess neither of you likes your veggies," her dad said, laughing. This observation gave Cece a great idea. Einstein could be their science project. Cece called Isaac. "I've got it. Let's find out if dogs eat vegetables." "Cool," said Isaac. Cece couldn't wait to get started. The next day after school, Cece and Isaac headed straight to Cece's lab to work on their project. I really appreciate that Ms. Curie gave them such a great lab write-up. You can see it here where they tell what their ideas were, what kind of science they're studying, and what their question and plans for their testing are. And that's a great idea. We always want to keep track of our work. "What do we do first?" asked Isaac. "Well, let's observe our subject," Cece said. "Observation. Doggy treats guarantee 100% participation," said Cece. "Excellent data," said Isaac. Isaac and Cece watched Einstein eat. They watched Einstein drink. They even watched Einstein sleep. Sometimes science is all about waiting and waiting and waiting for something really cool to happen. From our observations, we know Einstein loves to eat kibble and doggy treats, said Cece. Now we need to investigate our question, said Isaac. Do dogs eat vegetables? I already know Einstein doesn't like broccoli, said Cece. I don't either. Let's test some different veggies, said Isaac. It's experiment time, said Cece. Finally. You have to do a lot of background research and thinking and planning before you have an experiment. So I'm glad that Cece and Isaac are using those steps of the scientific method. Cece and Isaac tried carrots, beans, and cucumbers. Einstein turned up his nose at each one. What if we disguise the vegetables with bacon and ketchup? Isaac asked. This time Einstein was interested. He ate the bacon and licked the ketchup off the vegetables. That means he likes bacon and ketchup, said Cece. What if we just mix up vegetables with his kibble? Asked Isaac. I bet he won't even know the difference, said Cece. Einstein ate all of his kibble, but left the vegetables in the bottom of his bowl. Einstein might not eat vegetables, but he sure is smart, said Cece. Cece gave Einstein a treat and rubbed his ears. Good boy, she said. She looked at Isaac and shrugged. Now what? We're supposed to interpret our data, said Isaac. Einstein definitely loves to eat, said Cece. He sure doesn't like broccoli, said Isaac. He doesn't like any vegetables, added Cece. Not even if we cover them in bacon and ketchup, said Isaac. I guess Einstein is just a picky eater, said Cece. So they take notes in their science lab write-up. Got to keep track of everything, even if it doesn't go the way that you planned. That night at dinner, Cece was so disappointed she didn't even finish her dessert. Maybe I'm not a real scientist after all, she said. Our project was boring. Thought you asked a great question, her dad said. Einstein put his paws on the table and sniffed Cece's banana split. Einstein, Cece giggled, naughty puppy. Her mother laughed and pulled Einstein away. He may not eat vegetables, she said, but he sure likes bananas. That's when Cece remembered something Ms. Curie always said. Scientists look outside the box. What if we create a secret recipe using bananas? She asked. Cece and Isaac rushed home after school and mixed together carrots, beans, cucumbers, and bananas in a blender. Are those still veggies? Asked Isaac. Yup, said Cece. They're just in a different form. Gross, Isaac said, wrinkling his nose. Can you wrinkle your nose? So when you scrunch it up like this, like you smell something gross. Cece poured the mixture into Einstein's bowl. How about a special smoothie? She asked, patting his head. At first, Einstein looked confused. He circled the bowl. He sniffed the bowl. Then he got down on his belly and wagged his tail. And then he slurped down the entire thing. Look, he loves it, said Isaac. In science, not all results are totally predictable. Einstein does eat vegetables when we mix them with bananas, said Cece. And that's when Cece made the most extraordinary observation of all. Science isn't just about asking questions. Real scientists have fun finding answers, too. And then at the end of the book, we have a copy of their science lab write-up. They made sure to follow all the steps of the scientific method, and that can help all of us answer our questions with real data that we can share with other people.